Jesus is good. Look at the power of that kind of. Jesus is good. It's raining outside now. Once again, it was raining when I was talking about the Jews and the war. In one of my old videos, it's raining. It's always raining. Thank you, Jehovah. Thank you, Jesus. Because politically, we all can say we don't like specific people who are running for president, but we love both of them. Say what we want. We love our country. You know, a powerful ending today with what happened to Trump in the sense that he put his fist in the air. You know, we there's a lot of mind problems, but for what that moment was, people not afraid. That did not look like fear. The people at that rally, the Trump supporters, those are the people you fear. They're not the ones afraid. You're afraid of them. You're afraid of them. And I know they might have been scared and there may have been a little fear, but I'm sorry. If I would have been at that event, I would have been pissing myself going, oh my God, is nobody going to duck down? And they're like, yeah, this person may try to shoot Trump, but we're ready. We're ready to get him. And the shooter was killed. There was no sense of, I just, wow. I can't believe I was sleeping in my room the entire time as my sister and my family came over. And I was just sleeping in my room here in Florida. And I'm like, and I hear my mom. I'm like, and she puts the news on, and I'm like, what happened to Biden? I'm like, well, God, Biden now? What's going on? And then we're like, nope, Trump. And I'm like, they tried to shoot him. I said, tried to shoot him? Is he dead? And I was like, you see it, and you just have this heartwarming feeling of that's the old man sitting there, you know, yeah, USA, like they couldn't get us. That evil tried to get them. And a lot of people, Candace Owens I went on Candace Owens. She was talking about how this is a false flag operation, conspiracy. They're trying to go to war with China. But there's just something where I will never know the true events of that moment. It just happened today, and there's a lot of investigation, and we all look at a lot of movies, and we look at a lot of stuff, but we always have to ask ourselves, was this a random, isolated incident of one person who profited to say, well, I'm going to take an opportunity and take out the president for fame, which is what everybody wants us to believe. Everybody, the government, the enemies of Trump would want us to believe that we're going to use this random person who knows how to use a rifle to take him out. Or was this something more calculated? Was this something where the enemies of Donald Trump, people within his circle, Biden, China, anybody, that's not to be discussed. I can only give Donald Trump advice, and my advice is, Donald, thank you for being alive. You're going to be the president of the United States. It's like they always say, it's like Eddie Murphy said, they're trying to kill you. That just means you're getting closer. They're trying to kill you. And I wouldn't have reacted that way. I wouldn't have put my fist in the air and been like, yeah, all right. The man is terrified. I know you're terrified, Donald, but you're probably like, oh my God, now they're trying to kill me, and they're taking away the one thing that I had as my golden love, going to my rallies, talking to my people. And funny, the last thing he said was, he goes, well, there was a chart. Let me tell you a story about what happened. What happened? What was this chart? Shut up, Donald. Don't talk about that. You are talking way too much, Donald. It is time for you to take a chill pill. You've got Biden being old. You had that. That led to I think that literally led to what this happened. There was a fear that Biden is too old. He's not leaving, and we can't have Trump because it'll start Armageddon and World War III. And we look back. The future will decide. Are we going to look back at an Armageddon? Not Armageddon in terms of the Bible, but Armageddon in terms of nuclear assault with war and all the lives that could be lost in war, all because this president becomes the president. And this one shooter, are we going to be looking back going, good thing he missed, or good thing or bad thing? And I can tell you, I love Donald Trump. I prayed for him. You know, I'm just like Kanye. You know, there's something, the power of that man putting his fist in the air and making us love USA making us love our country, uniting us. That's the man I want to see. That's the man I want. That's the man. And I say that telling you that I've had contact with Donald Trump and contacts. I get scared to talk to Donald Trump because I'm always like, your life is so grandiose, and there's so many people that want you gone because you're just a truthful man. We talk about Biden, who's like, Biden says, "Oh, I tell the truth." Well, tell the truth now. What happened? What happened? And I can tell you, this is a scary time because if Barack Obama and Donald was trying to do something to Donald Trump, if he has any pulled into this Watergate of trying to murder him, I think a lot of us want to just look at the TV version of this and go, if this was a TV show, we're going to make it that Barack Obama and Donald and Joe Biden, all these people had nothing to do. It was one of those questions that somebody came into the room like House of the Dragon, and the guy was like, "Oh, you want this to happen? I'll make this happen." And it failed. It failed because the Trump supporters, and this is not a conspiracy talk, if this happened, this is just analyzing the moment. If this happened where certain people are going to be dragged down, they're all vipers, they're all snakes, they're all assholes. They don't love the country. They don't love the country. They're saying, well, we love the country because we're going to stop a war if Donald Trump does something. But we're like, we like Donald Trump. Yes, he hates. He has a hatred. He has a hatred. We love him. We love the guy. Look at the end. Today I woken up and asked myself, if today was the day I saw that man die, it would have been like, whoa, that sucks. Now we're still in this. We're still in this. November, it's earned. We're going to have every day something going on with Donald Trump. Our prices are going to go down, which is all we really care about, but prices are going to go down. We're going to make America great again. It is a great day for America. Now, as for the person who died, I didn't see in the video that reaction. I think they said they took him out of the bleachers. The bullet missed Trump and hit him, and there was a guy who was talking that he said, I see a guy, and I was telling the police, and somebody saw something, and immediately they were like, do you see that guy over there with the rifle? And that scared the shit out of him. He saved, little actions, the million little things, the little actions led to that big moment. And yes, it was Jesus. It was Jesus protecting you, Donald. And now I'm not going to vote because I'm Jehovah's Witness. And I did vote one time. I did vote one time for John Kerry because I hated Bush so much. I thought 9/11, I got so angry at the government for all the stuff that I was like, oh, this is his cousin. And he knew John Lennon. And I was like, John Kerry, I didn't vote for Obama, even though I love Obama. And yes, Trump, you used to say, I know I'm going off tangent, but you used to say Barack Obama was the worst president. Now you're saying it's Biden. So you do love you some Barack Obama. This is an election time. And this is the only time we as Americans can come together. We live in this country. Everything is all about celebrity and politics. It's nice to know that Donald Trump is still alive. Thank you, Jehovah, for keeping him alive. For the man that did die, let's honor that guy. Let's realize that, and it's also cool that we're not focusing on who the shooter is, even though it's kind of like it could be somebody Hispanic, it could be somebody black, it could be somebody Chinese, it could be somebody white, it could be somebody that ruins Biden. There's so much to talk about, but all I want to say is all I have to tell you, Donald Trump, do not fear. Do not have fear. Right now, fear is the mind killer. Fear is the thing. You are protected. You have divine protection. You got to be smart. And I can tell you, there's a fear I have about the Republican convention. Donald, please listen to me. Please, God, listen to me. Please, I want to cry. Do not have the Republican National Convention. Do not have the Republican National Convention. Do not go to the Republican National Convention. And I can tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'm going to cry. I don't think it's safe for you or anyone there to go until you figure out if right now you tell John F. Kennedy to get in that car. If you tell John F. Kennedy, oh my God, John F. Kennedy was so beautiful. I loved him. He was so great. If you tell John F. Kennedy to get in that car and go on pride and vanity, and he got his head blown off, and you're seeing America, and do not have the Republican National Convention, man. And I know you want to, and I know it's all about, I'm going to have a big speech and rally everybody. And you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to rally to stop the speech, you know. It feels like there's people trying to kill you now. And you need to just wait and take a back burner. Do not try to keep putting yourself into the position where you're going to get your followers killed. Jesus was smart. When people were trying to stone him and the apostles, he had to leave. He had to flee. He didn't say, let me go over here and stand on this mountain and start preaching. And he had to flee. It is very important that I keep seeing a conspiracy that they keep saying is the Republican National Convention. I keep seeing the fake news media, and they keep saying it. They keep saying it. Go to the Republican National Convention. All right, is he going to Milwaukee? Is he going to Milwaukee? My parents are from Milwaukee. I was my mother's. I'm very scared that at the Republican National Convention, you have no friends there. At the Trump supporters, you lost your own Trump supporter, but at the Republicans, do not want you. None of the Republicans want you. They're all your enemies. Biden is your enemy. They're probably not going to put a bomb, or they're probably not. You're the safest. They're going to make you feel the safest you can feel. But I wouldn't go, man. And I know you go, oh, but I got to go because of the ratings, because it's going to help me win the election. You just got shot, man. Think about your daughter. Think about, and you look at Milk, which was a good movie about this, where they say, I have to go to the rally because I got to be a man, and but I'm like, do we really care about seeing you pick who profits? Remember, who profits is the question Batman says in a murder. Who were these people at the Republican National Convention in your own circle that you would pick? And they would say, I would be the president right now. I'm the vice president. If he had died at that rally, then the Republican National Convention would have happened. I would be the president. It's nothing wrong to think that. These people don't like you. You fired a lot of them. They weren't on your side. They didn't want Biden. They didn't want you. I didn't want either of you. And I can tell you right now, I like Seth Moulton. I really like Seth Moulton to be president. And I don't even know Seth Moulton. But now I just feel it's going to be Donald Trump. And the question is, do I like Donald Trump? Yes, I respect him. He's a good man. But what is best for this country is Seth Moulton for president. Biden needs to step down. I'm going to go for that. Or at least Seth Moulton and Donald Trump presidency. Careful who you pick. The Republican National Convention is scary. It's going to be very scary. Everybody's going to go. They're going to be ready to just cheer you on. You're going to go over there with hubris and ego. You're going to sit there and go, I'm Donald Trump. This is my moment to come out just like Hitler used to do. Now I'm not comparing you to Hitler, but all the Hitlers, they always like to go there. They like to go to these Citizen Kane rallies where it's all about me. And you give a speech and you make America great again. You just were at a small rally, and now you're going to a big rally. And everyone will say, I need to show strength at this time. You need to be smart. Find out who the vipers in your room are. And there's a great thing, House of the Dragon just showed it, where Aegon, he goes, I'm bored. You bore me. I'm bored. And we're all bored. We love Donald Trump. When we're bored, he makes it exciting. But they all told him, your counsel is smart. You're the powerful. You're the powerful. Stop trying to get excitement. Doing nothing doesn't mean doing nothing. Sit back. find out these information. They're trying to rush you into a position to murder you again. You're vulnerable at those places, so why are you going to it? Get on YouTube Live. Talk to Candace. Talk to Candace Owens. Talk to Candace Owens instead of the Republican National Convention. Don't announce your vice president. This is your presidency. You're going to win. You've already won. Even if this assassination attempt, which happened because you're going to win, think about that. Think about that. God, I want to cry so much over John F. Kennedy and his brother, the Kennedys. You know about people that killed the Kennedys. You know who killed the Martin Luther Kings. You'll tell us all that stuff. You're going to be a beacon for change. Please, thank God you're alive. Do not go to the Republican National Convention. And I tell you this because I'm telling you as a warning. I know I'm going to be right here. Oh, that's like a guy saying, don't get on the roller coaster. It's going to crash. It was fine, you idiot. I feel something. I just feel like I just keep hearing them. All the fake news. The Republican National Convention is coming up, right? Is he going to do that? Like, why is that important? Why is it? Dude, when COVID happened, did I go, my birthday's coming up? By the way, my birthday's coming up. What are we doing for my birthday? Why would I say that when COVID just happened and the whole world just went crazy? Why are they trying to politically, strategically place you? You just, they tried to get you arrested. This is something where you will fail on you. You will fail on you, Donald. Because if you go to this Republican National Convention where you go, oh, all the Trump supporters, these are Republican supporters. Trump supporters will be there. And yes, I know you want it. But is that what we want? If this was a scene where Captain America dies, am I supposed to go, oh, Captain America just died. Let me go to like a rally where everybody's going to be incite hate and like be like, yeah, and I'm glad that guy's dead that tried to shoot me, and Biden sucks and he's crooked, and you don't do that stuff. Be with your family. You're going to win this election. There's going to be a moment when you have to come out for the rest of your life now with the Secret Service. So the first thing you need to know is trust. It all comes down to the commie rule movie where you go, I need loyalty. Find out, above all, who are the people in this room that are loyal to me? Me? I'm loyal to Biden. I'm loyal to Trump, but I want Seth Moulton. I don't think you should pick the guy that you're picking for vice president. And Seth Moulton. And I gotta say, I'm so glad your brains were not thrown all over the world. You surpassed John F. Kennedy in giving us a horrible day. So why go back to that? Why go back to that? Why? Oh, but this is going to be the moment, and I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to fight again, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see you there. I want to see you. Yeah, America, USA, they tried to kill me. But what can be gained from that? At what cost can be gained? What are you going to gain from that? Why are you rushing to go to the Republican National Convention? That doesn't mean that you're not running for president. And they go, oh, but it's the Republican National Convention. You have to go to it. Otherwise, you dropped out of the race. No, you didn't. It's not safe. And if they tell you it's safe, it's a plot. It's a plot. You have no choice but to be there. We know you have to be there. We know you want to be there. We all know you want to be there. We know you will be there. And we know that you will say something about this. You're already the winner. You've already destroyed your opponent, Biden. He's old. You're going to be at all these political events. All your political events now are compromised. You can't trust your Secret Service, even though they saved you. But they were a little bit not saving. Thank you for being alive, Donald Trump. Please do not. Be different. Change. Let Jehovah come into you. Use wisdom. Stop running to speak to the crowds about nothing. There's nothing you can say at this Republican. What are you going to say? You've already said it. Biden's old. He's weak. He's this. Be with your daughter. Focus on the funeral of this guy who died. Don't use it as a political thing. Who was this person who died? Think about the things that you need to be doing because you are going to be the next president of the United States. And already we know what you're going to go through. You're at the election. They're going to say, oh well, even though there was an assassination, this is about fear. It's so simple. They're just going to try to scare you all the time now. And you think I'm trying to scare you. No, I don't want you to not go to the convention. I do want you to go. I do want you to go and say mean things about Biden. I want there to be a conspiracy. I want all this stuff like a movie. But if this is real, it's like you have to have that moment where you're like, whoa, there's your wife. She wasn't by your side. Your daughter, none of your family was there. Do you really want to spend what little time you have left with the final presidency that could be a war against China, could be a war with Jews, we could have a war with Russia? You need to sit and get wisdom, and you need to pray to God, and that's who you owe your life to. Life was saved right now, and you breathe in a way like Pulp Fiction, where you have a moment of clarity, a divine intervention. It's time for you to realize Vincent Vega dies in Pulp Fiction. Your character could be Vincent Vega. Your character could be Mr. Blonde. Your character needs to be Jules. You need to realize, damn, the Bible just saved me. And maybe I won't be president because I choose to drop out. But if you stay with Jehovah, you will have the power. You will do the righteous. I prayed for you before on my thing. I told you to go with God. I fear the Republican National Convention. But I may just be wrong, and I'm going to watch it. It's about ratings. Is it about ego for you? Is it not the greatest thing to see a commander who says, this is the biggest event in the world that everyone is going to watch me, and I chose not to let them see me. I chose not to go, oh, look, it's all about me. I survived. Yeah, let me fight. But go, wow. He didn't want to go there. And all that security, all that crazy. What if there's a rush? Think about your daughter. Focus on your daughter. Stop trying to think that you've lost this election. You've won the election. Listen to the council that tells you what to do, and that's, did Biden have something to do with this? Did China have something to do with this? Are they trying to give you COVID again? Think about all the fears. It doesn't mean that fear is the mind killer. It means you're being smart. It's like The Dark Knight Rises, where he says you have to put fear so that you could be smarter. Don't be thinking you're untouchable. You thought that before this happened in Pennsylvania. Jesus saved you. Now, we all think, oh, it was a false flag, it was fake, you knew about it, we know, Trump, you're going to win. You're going to be president. So who else knows that? Who wants to stop you? Who profits? Work and make this about surviving and going after your enemies. Thank you, Jesus. And for the person that died, let's just get to know his name. Let's get to know who he was. Stop tweeting all the time. Just have a little video. Do little videos. Find a way to put little videos out there. Stop trying to be so live about it. And fear is okay. Thank you, Donald. I'm so glad John F. Kennedy didn't happen to you. And you're going now to release the names of the people who killed John Lennon. Seriously, if it had anything to do with the Paul McCartney, the conspiracies, I'm glad you're alive. And Jesus is glad for you. And you're going to win this election. And you're going to be a changed man. But I know you want to go back. I know you want to be like, I'm going to say this. It was this guy. Da, da, da. You're going to go after it. But you're just going to incite more. Now's the time to be smart. Thank you, Donald Trump. I won't be voting for you because I don't vote. I'm Jehovah's Witness, and I did vote one time. I liked Obama. I liked Clinton. I liked Reagan. I didn't like the Bushes. You don't know. You don't know who's your friend in the Republican committees, party. Thank you for being alive, Donald Trump. You're not an old man in the sense that we want you gone. We just wonder, can you pick Seth Moulton? Did you pick the guy in Milwaukee? Who profits from your death? Who's the, you know, that's the question. Who, when the motive is who gets something out of you being dead? Who's the person who gets the most out of your death? Now you could get fame out of it from just being a random sniper. With things, it's always that Killers of the Flower Moon. You go to that guy, you pay him a little bit of money, you say everything's going to work out. People are stupid. It's really stupid. Thank you. Thank you, Donald Trump. Glad you're alive. Beware of the Republican National Convention, which I'm going to watch. But now, we went from something where nobody saw you. It was an event and maybe some people were watching to now everyone is watching. All eyes will be on you. And it just seems like, fuck. Why are we doing this? Why are we having Republican? You don't like any of the Republican people. Those people you fired, they're your people. I get it, but they never supported you. Your family supported you. Those put the you know what you want to do? Put the people who were in Pennsylvania and fly them out to the Republican National Convention. Have the people from Pennsylvania come back and honor and do the event again. It's a stupid idea because you don't know whether any of them were involved. Not that I'm saying they were, but you go, the Secret Service would be like, that may not be cool, but that'd be cool. Just doing that, like the people that were there for me when I lived, let me find out who the fuck they were. Let me find out what's going on here. Those were your good luck. Those were your people. Those are your people. Jesus is your people. Thank you.